welcome back to my channel. Today's video is predominantly going to be my first impression video on this beautiful palette out here, and this is the Element of Surprise palette from Colourpop. Now this palette has 5 matte shades and 6 shimmer shades. Now these shades are absolutely stunning. They are in the shades of browns, golds, beautiful glitters, and purples, and there's a beautiful bright pink color there. I think that's the color that will first grab your attention, but I've tried to create this very deep burgundy golden look. But you know what, I didn't stop right there. So the thing is, when I saw this palette, I'm like, oh my gosh, the colors in this palette is amazing. You can create so many versatile looks using just these colors over here. So I was so tempted to create 2 looks using this one palette. So if you're interested to know how I got 2 entirely different looks using just one palette, then keep on watching. So to start off with today's makeup look, I am using the Benefit Pore Professional Pro Balm to minimize, basically it is to minimize pores. I'm using this as the primer. Next up, I go in with the Versali Rose Gold Elixir, and hydrates and moisturizes the face. I like to add some extra of this serum on my lips and throughout my face before I go ahead with the foundation. Now that my skin is well moisturized, let me get you closer to see how supple and moisturized the Versali Gold Elixir drops makes it. So today for foundation, I'm using the MAC Match Master foundation, and I am going to mix some of this foundation with a liquid illuminator, and I am in the shade 06 in Match Master, and this is a liquid illuminator from L'Oreal, and it is called the True Match Lumi. I'm going to mix a wee bit of it into the foundation itself to add some goldeny flecks to the foundation. Mix the two together and then go in with my foundation. So when you mix a liquid illuminator with the foundation, you get this gorgeous inner glow, and it appears like your skin is really glowing from within. Now to contour and highlight, I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Biscuit, and this I'm going to use for concealing, and the LA Girl Pro Concealer is my favorite product to contour. So I'm going to go a little more heavy on the contour today for this look, because it's a very deep plum goldeny look. So I'll show you how I literally chisel my face using the dark contour shade. So if you've seen the Kim Kardashian's famous how she does her makeup quickly, which is the contour and highlight video, so she follows this shape of a 3 along her jawline, which is a very pretty easy guide for beginners. You just have to draw an easy 3 from the forehead, then create a 3 along your jawline, and then like that. So it literally chisels the shape of your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So this illusion of creating a shorter forehead is something that really does wonders if you're a girl with a very broad forehead. So that's something you'd want to try. So you can also contour the other features depending on which feature that you're focusing on. So for example, if you want your lip to look slightly plump and more thicker than naturally it is, so all you have to do is add a little bit of contour below your lower lip. So you want to squeeze out a little more product and just create that depth or shadow under your lower lip and along your upper cupid's bow. And if you want to contour your nose, go ahead and narrow that bridge. yes, that's pretty much where I apply my contour products. And I go in with a highlighter, and for highlighter I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy highlighter, as I said, in the shade Biscuit. And I go heavy with the concealer under my eyes to like highlight and create a brighter under eye. So once you're done with the under eye area, now you can go in with the area in your nose, in the bridge of your nose that's right between your contour lines, the tip of the nose. You can do the same with your lip and your chin. Basically, the whole idea of contouring and highlighting is to create shadows and highlights in different parts and points of your face where the light reflects, and create some dimension and chiseled features to your existing features. So I also like to highlight my forehead. So I draw like an inverted triangle on my forehead. So that's pretty much where it is. You can also add like a thin slight line to define your contour. To create the sharp highlight. So now that you've placed the products of highlights and contour, you have to go ahead and do the blending. So when you're blending, make sure you blend the highlighter shade first and then go in with the darker shade, because you don't want to smudge the darker shade with the lighter shade. So I go in with my under eye and smudge out or literally press in the product and allow the concealer to just dissolve into the skin. So tap and press, don't rub it too hard. You can also take it slightly over your eyelid, which will act like a beautiful base for your eyeshadows to go over it. So you take you can even blend out the contour products using a brush. Kim Kardashian is like the queen of contouring, and she just chisels her features and completely makes her forehead and nose like in the perfect shape possible, and it's all contouring. So that's how you create this long bridge of the nose. So this literally gives an illusion of a higher cheekbone, brighter under eye, sharper and longer nose, and thicker and fuller lips, and of course a shorter forehead. And today for baking it, I'm going to use the Banana Ben Eye powder. I'm going to use the Colourpop Element of Surprise palette, and I'm going to create 2 quick looks with this beautiful palette. And to start off, I should first show you the beautiful tones of browns, golds, pink and purple in this beautiful palette. Wonder why they named it the Element of Surprise? I'm guessing because almost all of these eyeshadows have like a differently colored base and a differently colored glitter particles or specks of glitter in it. For example, this palette comes with 5 matte shades and 6 shimmer shades. But the thing about the twist that is in this palette is almost all of the glitter or shimmery eyeshadows in it have a differently colored glitter specks in it. For example, there's a beautiful brown eyeshadow with pink flexes or pink glitters in it. And then there is this beautiful goldeny copper eyeshadow with blue specks in it. And this purple glittery shimmer eyeshadow, which actually acts or can be over with other colors to bring a beautiful purple. So and the matte shadows are pretty much close to our skin tone for the crease and to, you know, as an overall lid shade. And this is definitely such a versatile palette that the minute I saw this palette, I was like, okay, I can create so many different looks with this palette. Now my baking is done, you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow. The first look today is going to be a very deep, very goldeny gothic kind of a look. So to start off with, I'm going in with the neutral brown shades. I think it's in the shade Details as an all over lid shade. And I'm going to literally create a base for the other eyeshadows to go in. And I'm going to mix this with a little bit of the lighter shade because I find it a little bit darker than my skin tone. So yeah, I think this shade works out better. It's called Labyrinth. So I'm using the Labyrinth shade as an all over lid shade. Now this brightens up and covers the veins and pigmentation on your eyelids and acts as an opaque base for the other eyeshadows to like go over it. The pigmentation and formula of these eyeshadows, you guys, is like amazing. So this is something you should definitely try out. Love how it concealed my entire eyelids, right? So now I'm going to go ahead with a dark berry shade for my crease. So I'm going to first add a little bit of the shade called Peace of Mind. And you will just see how pigmented this eyeshadow is. Like I just dipped into it a little bit and there's like so much color already. So you be very careful in using this particular shade because it's a very pigmented eyeshadow. And I want to use it on the outer corners of my eye, and pretty much the entire look is based on this color. So I'm going to take it from the inner corners of my eye and the outer corner of my eye. Before I take too much of that product, I'm going to go in and blend this with the other color called Late Night. Now this is a more subtle berry color. I'm gonna blend that in to like decrease the pigmentation a little bit. Eyeshadows blend so beautifully, so they're not really patchy, and you know, even though they're like really highly pigmented, when you blend it out, you see how beautifully it blends out and creates that beautiful hue, right? And then I go in a little more with the Peace of Mind shade and deepen up that crease. I do the same with the other eye. And this eye look I think is perfect for a date night or any sort of a Indian festive look where you have a beautiful silk saree that goes with the berry undertones. I think this is a great look that you can carry. I go in with the Late Night shade and kind of like deepen up this berry shade. So I'm creating a beautiful halo effect right in the center to go in with another color, as you can see. So before I do that, I leave the center of the eyelid almost empty and just creating a deep depth to the outer corners and making the berry tone come out as beautiful as possible. Ooh, I really love how pigmented it is. So you don't want any sharp edges. Try and blend it out as much as possible. And if you feel like you went too overboard and up to the brow, you can always clean it up, so don't worry about it. But keep blending it so there is no sharp edges or nothing too pigmented in color, just blotchy here and there, okay? So now I dip into this dark brown shade, and with the dark brown shade I want to further deepen the sockets of my crease. same thing in the other eye. I'm using the brown eyeshadow to darken and deepen the socket and the crease area. And look how it beautifully blends with the berry tone and creates a depth to the entire eye look. So if you feel like there's too much of brown, you can again go into the brown berry shade and mix the brown and the berry to get a beautiful deep chocolatey berry color. So I go in with a little more of the berry shade in the inner corners of my eye. So this eye look is a lot about blending and how beautifully you make the colors like seamlessly blend one into each other. I've used so many brown eyeshadows, but I'm going to tell you this is like the perfect brown pigmented eyeshadow that is so pretty for the lower lash and for the, deepening the outer sockets. This color is something that you should definitely have. I mean, every color in this palette is something that I'm like really enjoying as I'm trying out for the first time. You can now go ahead and fill the center of the eye or the halo three-dimensional part of the eye with a beautiful gold or glitter, or you could use some pigment. Today I'm going to go in with this gorgeous bronzy gold color over here, and it's called Silk Street. It's beautiful. Like I said, this eyeshadow and this look will look perfect on, Indian silk sarees, which is like a maroony, purple and burgundy plum shades of silk sarees with gold in it. This will look amazing. So yeah, so for this blue eyeshadow, I'm just going in with my finger and filling the halo of this eye. Look at how pigmented it is. Just one swap of it is like so pigmented and beautiful. If you want to play around with a little bit of dark colors, then this is a beautiful look that you should try. I think it complements brown girls and Indian skin tone very well. If you're someone who is like conscious about going in with brighter blues, pinks and purples, then you could try out some more burgundies, browns, purples, the burgundy plumish purple and colors that are closer to our skin tone. So yes, now I go in with a brush and literally blend out the product so there are no harsh lines. Just to add a little more extra effect to it, I'm going in with the color called Blank Canvas. This is a beautiful rusty orange. Just want to see how it looks if I just add some on my crease along with the brown. See, I'm trying to use as many colors as possible with this palette to see how I can come up with a unique eye look. Just playing around with the colors in a palette that you have can make you, literally create different colors and different eye looks that you have probably never seen before. And it's so much fun doing that. Okay, I'm going to go over that with a lighter shade called Labyrinth and literally highlight my brow bone. See how I did that? And it's all about blending and ensuring that the shape of blending your entire eye look is not messed up. So you want to go in with the brown shade again, and if you like the cat-eyed elongated look or sharp look along the edges, you can go ahead and create that sharp edge there. I'm not going to use a black eyeliner today. I'm going to experiment with something that you could also try out. Use a very dark brown liquid lipstick and try to draw my winged eyeliner using a liquid lipstick. This is a dark brown liquid lipstick from NYX. And I'm tracing a very thin line along the upper lash line. all about getting creative and experimenting with the products you have. Try to get one product to do something that you never tried to do out of it, and just play around and have some fun. So if you have a darker, even more darker brown in your collection, then you can use that. This happened to be slightly lighter, but yeah, still works out and goes with the whole theme of the eye of the brown and burgundy happening there. So that's that. Now that I've done with the brown eyeliner, I just want to add a little bit of glitter to the golden part of it. So to further intensify and bring the festive, beautiful, goldeny hue to this brown, deep burgundy eye, I'm going to go in with a little bit of liquid gold glitter and overlay that with the golden, beautiful eyeshadow that we just laid in there, and then just dab it with my finger. You could use a pigment or any glitter product that you have to like literally create a bit of festive charm to the entire eye look. The golden eyeshadow over the glitter and intensifying the color, just to ensure that the tone of gold in the original eyeshadow is not lost. To deepen my eyes, I use the Inglot gel liner. I'm gonna use it in the inner corners of my eye like a kajal. You could use any of your favorite kajal to literally add some black along the inner waterline of your eye and intensify the entire look. You can even tightline this black along your upper eyelids and use a generous amount of mascara or wispies. For my lips, I almost mixed like 3 shades of a dark maroony red, a dark brown, and I also went in with a very dark purple. So I kind of like really mixed the shades to bring out this dark first base to the look, to the lip, which is a plum based burgundy. Oops, I just dropped my lipstick. And now to create the ombre effect and lighten it up, so I'm going in with a Wet n Wild lip color in the shade Rebel Rose, and I'm going in with this in the center of my lip, and literally gonna use my hand, my finger, to like dab it and create that ombre 3-dimensional lip effect. So a 3-dimensional deep dark lip, so kind of like makes the lip look nice and fuller, thicker and plumpier lips. And of course it's an art in itself to create that illusion of a darker outer portion of the lips, and then it kind of like brings about the lip right in the center. It makes the lip look a little more poutier. So now I'm going to go in with the rest of my eye, and before that I'm going to show you how I'm contouring it. Today for blush and bronzing, I'm going to use a dark brown bronzer from Miss Claire. And I'm going to use the Balm blush. In this blush is a beautiful blush that you should definitely try out. This blush is called Pinstripe, and it's a beautiful plum based blush. Now this complements very dark skin tones as well, and it looks beautiful on Indian skin tones. I'm going to just add a wee bit amount of this blush on the apples of my cheek. Alright, for highlighter, I'm using the e.l.f. highlighter in Blush Gems. This is a beautiful, affordable drugstore highlighter, and it is so pigmented, you guys. Right? The tip of my nose. I like that. Stunning, right? Oh, I forgot the bronzer, and I'm gonna bronze it just along the contour line. You could add some bronzer along your jawline to give it a more chisel look on your foreheads and the outer corner of your nose to like reinforce on your nose contour. So yes, that's pretty much how the finished look looks before I go in and add some wispies. So now this is the finished look of this deep burgundy golden eye makeup look, which is like a plum burgundy brown deep really sultry sexy eye makeup, and I combined that with an ombre lips. So I went off camera and I did my wispies, and I added a generous amount of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I also added a generous amount of mascara on my lower lash. So that's how I added the extra depth to this entire eye look. It is just so versatile that you can flaunt it even if you are a very dark skin tone girl. This eye look will look absolutely stunning on you. So you can pair it up either with a completely nude liquid lipstick, which is like a brown or a very subtle nude pink, or just go pair with a little bit of gloss, or you can go full on like me with a deep ombre liquid lipstick. So give it a thumbs up if you like this look.